And we're here with Mr. Biswas, the man, the myth, the Lyft driver.
Temporary, all right. It's a part-time kind of thing.
I feel you. I told this story to many people already, but I'm gonna tell it again about the raccoon. And so, Pronam and I used to work late night shifts at
Junior year, man.
Yeah, oh my gosh, we worked till like 3 a.m. 3 a.m.
The
cleaning
graveyard shift. The graveyard shift.
Absolute graveyard shifts. But we worked till 3 a.m. and I didn't live very far, so you give me a ride home here and there. And funniest experience, yeah, thank you for that. So in the winter it was bad. It was horribly cold.
Dude.
But when you gave me a ride back, we were both exhausted that day. I was sleeping in your car, and then I don't know how you were driving, but you somehow made it there. And then you were like,
that bad.
I was horrible.
I mean, that car was. Well, that's another story.
That's
another story.
That was a driving hazard. But I remember, like, you wake me up like, Pary, wake your ass up. I'm like,
yeah,
what?
Dude, the funny thing is, like, you lived right there.
I know. I didn't need a ride. I lived very close, but I was like, man, like, I don't want to walk. And you're like, shit, all right, you're on the way.
I got you.
But, dude, just your reaction, like, that is the biggest, fattest fucking cat I've ever seen in my life. I was like, shit, I'm like waking up, where is it?
Dude.
And you're like, bro, it's in the trees. I'm like, no. And then like it just like hops down and is walking in front of my door. I can't get into my apartment because this thing is just like, you know, walking back and forth. And we looked at it, I was like, why does it have like rings on its tail? Like, what? It's the biggest fucking tail in the animal. Like, what kind of cat is this? Like,
a cat, dude.
Oh my god, that's a raccoon.
It's a fat raccoon.
It was oh my god, like
a beast.
It
literally was a beast.
Bro, it was eating good, I would know. But
yeah, I wonder why.
So I would feed this raccoon like here and there because like we
don't know why he did that.
I mean, because like he was chilling. Like before when I met him,
what was the name again?
We called him Rocket.
Called Rocket.
Called him Rocket.
I remember that.
He wasn't that big when I met him, but he loved like Almond Joys. He loved M&Ms, which is supposed to be poisonous for them, but he loved that shit.
Wow, oh, that's great that you're giving him that.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I'm not gonna throw it away. So here, like, live your life. But I remember that day because he showed up more than once. It was a consistent raccoon. It wasn't just that one time. And when I moved apartments, he was there. I swear to God. I know you doubted it. It was the same raccoon.
What do you mean you moved apartments?
Like when I like moved from like down the street and I came here to this current one.
No, it's not the same one.
I promise you it has to be.
There's no way.
I mean, I know like the raccoons look alike, but I mean, how is it coincidence that this guy just knows that I live here? Like,
nah, there's no way. I don't believe
that. I'm convinced it has to be. But when I just gave him his food and he like, you know, just cupped it with his hands, walked up and left. So I was like, all right, well that's that. And I remember, like, one of these days, we got home late that day. Like, I don't know why, but we just got home, like, it was, like, 3:30 a.m. I don't know. For whatever reason, we were playing cards after work, something. And, after work.
After work?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I got back, like, my roommate was there, and he had a gun, like, in his hand, positioned. Like, it wasn't pointing at me. Like, he just had it, like, in his hand. And then he has to wake up at like 5 a.m. Like he's actually like an active human being.
So you got home at 3:30?
It was around 3:30.
Did he not go to sleep?
No, he stayed awake.
What?
Because I don't know why, but he was like, Pary, someone is fucking with me. Someone's trying to break into our apartment. And I was like, who is it? I was like, wait, really? Who? Because like I didn't see anybody walking in. I don't know what the hell. And then he's like, I've been hearing tapping on the glass and that window, this window, this, and he's like pointing like these windows. I was like, it's mostly our room over there, the bedroom. This thing is like tap, 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 tap.
Your room.
Yeah. We shared that bedroom because we were roommates.
Right, but I wonder why he was tapping your room.
I know. I was like, oh my gosh, because I didn't see the raccoon that day. Like when I walked out, there he was at the end of like the street because it was like a big apartment building. So at the end of the building, there he was, just like peeking his head out.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my gosh. He's been fucking with my roommate for a damn hour. He knows that I come home and he's like tapping on the glass. It drove my roommate insane.
Dude.
I didn't tell him.
Dude, that's so funny.
I did not tell him to this day. He has no idea what was causing that tapping noise.
But you're sure it was the raccoon, right? Or rocket?
I promise. Like when I walked outside, I saw him. I saw him right there. I was like, oh my! Like
Dude.
Who else would it be? It was consistent tapping specifically on the bedroom. So I was like, damn.
He's really that greedy for food? I mean, I guess you were giving it to him
I mean,
for whatever reason.
He knew the schedule.
It's like your buddy or something.
Hey man, me and him go way back.
Yeah.
We go way
When was
back.
the last time you saw him?
Way back. it's been a while.
Dude, it might have been time for him, man. Because you stopped giving him food.
Oh my god, that's
Dude.
true. I don't know, like
Or maybe your roommate finally saw him.
they shot him.
Which I hope not.
Hope not.
That'd be really bad. That'd be sad, dude.
You know what'd be insane? What if like after we left that apartment, he's still tapping on that glass?
And
So
then-
the people currently living there were like, what the fuck is that?
I'm pretty sure that's happened.
3 a.m. They're like, what is that? All the windows.
We're really like, yo, why did we sign a lease for this plot?
Yeah, it's like, no wonder it was so cheap. This place is haunted.
By a raccoon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
thanks to you. It's your fault. Should have stopped feeding. Why did you feed him to begin with? Why? I want to know. You never told me why.
Because my mom instilled this habit in me. Like, she's
Yeah.
someone who... So, like, we never, like, throw away food. And
You don't either.
right?
Wonder why.
And I mean, but if you go to our backyard, it's just like a bunch of leftover scraps are all over there. It's like, you know, the animals will eat them, and they do. There's like the fattest
dude, but-
rabbit in our backyard. Like I know it's the same rabbit because it always like comes back and like it knows the spot where the food is. So it'll go to the spot and leave. Go to
Alright.
the spot and leave.
You're Indian, I'm Indian, right?
Oh yeah, very much.
So, all Indians, supposedly, I guess, I don't know if all, but everyone that I've actually gone to their house, they have a garden in their backyard. You're telling me you don't have a garden in your backyard?
we used to have a garden.
You guys don't have a garden in your backyard?
Not in my mom's house. My dad's house we do. Like we
Okay,
used to have a
okay.
garden like way back when.
So you're part Indian, okay.
Yeah, right.
Is that how it works?
I guess. Well, our makeshift garden is just throwing out the leftovers. We kind of have one. There's
Okay,
nothing gross.
I'll give you that. I guess you do have a garden.
Like our garden is like fully cooked meals. But
Not for you guys.
not for us. It's for Rocky
They're
and the
leftovers,
family.
man. They're leftovers.
But a lot of animals come in our backyard. Like deer. Like we have.
Are you serious?
But there are videos of like families of deer in our backyard, and they're like, when I came, because like I live at like Michigan State for the most part, so when I go back, I was like, Mom, there's like 4 deer outside, and then she was like, oh, there's not a 5th one. I'm like, what? What do you mean there's not a 5th one? She's like, there's usually 5. I'm like, there's usually 5.
And she's cool with
And
it.
she was like, yeah, they come all the time. Like, and I up to that point, I didn't know that she was like doing all the like the food distribution.
Yeah.
So I was like, there's usually 5. And finally, my sister is like, yeah, you know what you didn't eat last time? I'm like, yeah, it's over there. And I was like, what? And like I look, like they're eating like all in, like a circle, and there's like in the same like kind of like area.
Yeah.
So I was like, are they eating aloo gobi right now? Like, is that biryani over there? These deer have developed a taste for Indian food.
Dude.
I don't think they even eat regular deers, like whatever deers eat, like roots and plants. No, they want vegetarian Indian food.
I don't know what to say to that.
Yeah,
They're part of your family at this point.
I mean they pretty much are.
Did your mom give them names just like you did to Rocket?
I think they just started amassing so many that we couldn't name them all.
Wow.
There were 5.
So you pretty much had a zoo in your backyard.
Basically, I mean, we had like deer, cardinals, rabbits, squirrels. I saw. I don't know if this is even possible, but like I saw a squirrel that it was a black squirrel with a brown tail. I didn't think that was even possible. It messed with me for the longest time because I would always see it like 6 a.m. when I'm like just waking up or like just about to go to sleep.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, how tired am I? I'm like, is that 2 squirrels next to each other, or is that just like one thing that's like deformed? Finally, I'm like, it actually is. I didn't know that squirrels could do that.
Really?
Yeah, but
That's kind of weird.
we pretty much we feed over here. Like in this current apartment, I live 2 floors up, so there's not a lot to feed. Although there's,
Thank goodness.
Yeah,
that raccoon can't bother you anymore.
maybe not here, but in the dumpster, because I'm a resident manager here, so people actually come up to me when there's like, hey, so this in my room isn't working, or like that's gone wrong, whatever.
Yeah.
And one of them, this is like last last semester, so like maybe 3 or 4 months ago. And it was like 3 or 4 girls, and they all had an apartment here, and they all just like banged on my door, like vigorously, like they came with a mission. So
on that door.
On this door in my apartment, yeah.
Wait. So everyone knows you're a resident.
Yeah, like they know like I live here.
But like everyone knows that you are the resident manager. How do they know that?
No, they don't know like I'm Pary the manager. They know the manager lives in number 18.
Oh.
Like that's all they know.
Okay.
It's like there are signs like in the building, and like they're banging on this door, and they're like, we think that there's an animal in the dumpster.
No.
And then I was like, it's not possible. So, and I was like, what do you guys mean? And they're like, we threw away our trash, and we heard a scream. It was like a yelp or a scream or a high pitched sound. And I was like, what? And I was like, yeah. So I went out there. I didn't see anything. I'm like, I looked in the dumpster, nothing.
Okay.
But the thing was, like, it happened again. Like, not in the same day, but like the next week around the same time. Like maybe like literally almost to the hour.
Mm-hmm.
Different group of people though. This time it was like the guys who live across my street. They were like, hey, we don't know if we should tell you this, but we think that there's something in the dumpster.
Something.
Yeah, like we think it's there. And I was like, how do you know? It's like, because when we threw away our trash, we heard like a loud scream. So,
the same story.
Yeah, that's what got my attention. I was like, wait, maybe there really is something in the dumpster. So I thought it was like an animal. Right? So when because like what else would it be? It's like when I got there, this time I actually had trash to throw out.
Mm-hmm.
So I threw it in there, and this time I heard it. But it wasn't like an animal. There was a dude sleeping inside of there.
Inside the dumpster?
He was in the dumpster, yeah. And like, I don't know if he was sleeping in there, like, because I don't know how long he's been there.
Dude.
But I was like,
that sucks.
oh! I'm like, I don't know what to do about this. Because I was like, I don't want to call the cops. I'm like, he's not really hurting anyone, but he is scaring some people.
Yeah.
But because like I was fully prepared, like it was going to be Rocket.
The raccoon.
But yeah, that's what I thought it was going to be, but it was a full-on human being in there.
Wait. Hold on. So Rocket, right?
Yeah.
Did you watch Guardians of the Galaxy before
That's
you named
exactly
him?
how I named it, yes.
Okay.
No, this is not a coincidence. I knew that it was Rocket Raccoon, and that's why I came up with it.
Should have given him a gun, see what he could do with that.
I know.
Or Rocket.
Is that? Oh yeah, I should give him like my roommate's gun.
Actually, that'd be a bad idea.
Could you
Really
imagine
bad.
seeing that on Snapchat? A raccoon with a gun like in the trees.
Dude, that's how you make a YouTube video, man.
That is. Oh
viral
my
video,
gosh,
there you go.
that's what I should
There you
have
go.
done. Oh jeez. No, I've had some moments that would have been some hilarious videos. Like, do you remember Halloween?
Do I remember Halloween?
You scared the shit out of some of these girls.
Do I remember Halloween?
Look,
I don't know if I remember Halloween.
No. What happened was, you remember my birthday.
Oh.
I remember Halloween.
Yes, that's how it works.
That's how it
Your
was.
birthday was what, like a week or two before Halloween?
It was a week before Halloween, exactly. Yeah.
I take care of you.
That's exactly what happened. And it was, I told a story about my birthday in the last podcast about how like I tripped on a ledge and like we broke it. Like it was like a 3 or 4 step staircase like from a frat house, and I fell and we broke the step. And then I remember like, cause like you were like holding on to like my hand, you were like, oh shit, like I fell. And then I was like, what is that sound? And you're like, we gotta go now, we gotta go. So
You were
oh yeah, like
not very like you were.
my ass hurt when I woke up.
You were in a pretty bad state, man.
And then guess what happened next week?
Yeah, I know. I know.
So, to tell a fun, embarrassing story, there were like these 2 girls who were grapes and wine.
Clever,
And
very clever.
which actually was a pretty cool idea, and
I liked it.
they had like green balloons and they had purple balloons on them.
Yeah.
And my dude, like, we weren't like, we didn't even know they were there, to be honest. Like, we were like running down the street, and they just like,
Wait, yeah. Why were we running? Then
we had to meet somebody like was like somewhere else. And we're like, well, we are way too far away. Like, and then we're like, what's the Uber? It was like $40. Yeah, good one. So we started running.
Dude.
And because like I didn't see them. So like when you bumped into them, I didn't see those girls at all. Like I don't know where they came from, what happened, and the balloons on their body popped and they screamed.
How many of them popped?
Like 2 or 3.
Man, I feel so bad still.
And, yeah, like you apologized. You're like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, because I didn't. Everyone around us were like, whoa, because it was loud. Like it was just. It scared me.
Damn.
I was like, what is that coming from? And the girl's like, what are you doing? You popped my balloons. And I just see you over there like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Still feel guilty, dude. I still feel guilty.
I know. I don't think those girls are ever going to be the same costumes they were.
I hope not. If they're watching this, hopefully they know I was sorry. Like, come on.
Oh yeah, I mean, dude, I didn't see. It was like bright lime green. I didn't see her. I did not know where they even came from.
Dude,
like I literally blinked for a second, and then I just heard like the pops.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I know you don't remember.
So I can't really recall what happened.
Do you? I'm trying to think of what's the worst drink you've ever had?
The worst drink.
The worst drink. Like, you remember like the time you first had alcohol ever? What was like?
Yeah, I remember that, but that wasn't even bad.
It wasn't bad. The first thing I ever had was Everclear and Fireball.
That sounds bad.
It was god awful.
I mean, Fireball is okay, but Everclear,
It's oil.
is kind of gross.
Like,
I actually don't know what it was, but someone bought me a shot of something. I don't know what it was, man, but like, I took it, and like, I needed to throw up, like, just a shot. Not like,
instantly?
Instantly, like,
man.
I took it, I was like, dude, I'm going to the bathroom.
All right.
I pretty much, I guess I kind of threw up. I kind of just threw up the shot and just a little bit of, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This was at Rick's, so unfortunately, a bouncer, I guess, is at the bathroom or whatever, and I guess whatever you hear is someone vomiting or something like that.
Oh, really? I
They're
didn't
gonna
know
kick you
that.
out. It's like, hey, buddy, you gotta go. And I'm like, oh, all right, fine. So I got kicked out.
Do you remember what's the? Okay, so I think you've gotten kicked out more than I have.
No, I mean, I got kicked out maybe like 3 times, man. I mean, it happened.
Oh, that's it? Oh, I thought it was more. I remember I was there one time, like New Year's, at Luna.
Oh wait, like this year?
Yeah, like this past New Year's, like you didn't get kicked out.
I never got in.
Yeah, that's like I don't think we're counted as kicked out. You just didn't actually get inside the building. But
yeah.
By the way, this was one of the coldest nights. It was cold as shit. My feet were, I couldn't feel them.
My feet were numb like for like a week at least.
After I believe it.
Like they were still cold, like cold blooded or something like that.
Yeah.
It was just
It's like a reptile.
It was just bad. Like they were literally numb.
I could not feel my feet for the longest time. I just remember like you had like piss.
I had to go badly, dude. I had to go across the street to Coney Island.
Oh yeah, look. So when you're drinking and when you have to pee, you have to pee.
Oh yes.
Like there is like it's not the same sensation as you all hold it. You ain't holding nothing.
So hard, man.
Oh, I know, dude. They were doing jumping jacks in line. Like, yo, I'm gonna wait for this, and like we were the next ones in line.
I know that's the worst part. Like I was
the next human being allowed in was you. You were the next one to get in.
Like, dude, jumping jacks, just like kind of just jumping around, being a little hype. That helps me out.
It helps everyone out, yeah. But you got to the breaking point.
Man.
And then you're like, I can't do it anymore. You dashed. Literally 5 seconds later, they hauled your ass.
You know what's funny is like I attempted to go in still.
I know. I mean, that took balls. To be honest, I'm like, I was impressed. You were like, no, bro, that's it. You went in. I mean, the bouncer didn't see you. Like, I don't think he caught you. Someone inside got you.
Yeah, it was the cashier or whatever.
Oh, really?
I think so. When I was actually like low key, like kind of waiting for the bouncer to look away and try to go in.
I don't think I've ever been kicked out of a bar.
Ever?
I don't think so. Which is very surprising.
Which is very shocking.
It is. Like, I can't remember a time, like, not here, not in spring break, like, not in Miami or Panama City, Daytona.
Like, it's not like, okay, the way you made it sound when, like, I get kicked out of bars.
Yeah,
like, it happens often.
Yeah, this is not a consistent thing. No,
maybe.
It's just,
Maybe happened 3 times.
When it happens, it's hilarious.
It's for dumb things, honestly. It's nothing fight.
No, it wasn't like that. I'm just like,
I don't get into fights like that.
When it happens, it makes me laugh. That's why I brought it up.
I mean, it is funny.
Have you ever gotten a fight? I mean, besides like with the girls that balloons you pop. That was not a fight.
That's not a fight.
But that was like, that definitely scared me.
Never got in a fight. Never want to. Violence isn't the answer, man.
I
But-
completely agree. Violence. Oh,
but-
gosh.
There was one time at U of M. This was
Yes, I love it.
This was what 2015, 27-23. Is that what the final score was? 27-23.
Oh, this Jalen Watts Jackson in the final play of the game. Yep.
Yeah,
I remember watching that live, and I was like,
Yeah, where were you?
I was actually at U of M.
I was at U of M too.
I know, but I didn't want to go. Like, you guys asked me to come. I wasn't planning on coming.
Okay, I remember now.
Like, I was at Ann Arbor about to go home, and then you guys were on your way here. So I was like I didn't actually go into the big house.
I didn't either.
But yeah, I was there on campus. I was like, you know what? Like, I really just don't feel like being here. So instead of going home, I just came back to state, and I was watching it like in the Union,
Mm-hmm.
and wow,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's one of the greatest memories I have.
Oh yeah, me too. Like, I'm glad I can say I went here when that happened.
Like you were technically. I mean, I guess you.
I was
still-
here! Like,
I was like literally a few blocks away from the stadium.
Yeah, that.
Dude, I have buddies that were at the stadium, and wow, like it was dead silent from like at least the Yellow fans, you know,
Mhm.
the Maze fans, what do you want to call it?
Remember like that one meme?
Yeah, everyone does.
Oh my god! Like, one of my friends, who, like, actually a few of them. Now think about that. Like, they go to U of M, they saw him like here and there,
Yeah.
and like he said, like, just naturally, it's like, yo, can I take a picture? Before he finished the question, he was like, yo, can I take a like, he got into the pose.
You got dude. You got like a. Okay, I hate ESPN though because they're always covering U of M, but I think they did like a skit or something on him too at one point.
They
It's
did?
like- yeah.
What?
So,
What?
Think about it. This whole thing is supposed to be like embarrassing and stuff for him, but I guess he kind of embraced it.
I mean,
Which is smart on his part, honestly.
yeah, like, he embraced it really well.
But like, I just hate ESPN. I had to bring that up. I'm sorry. I freaking hate ESPN. Even with the stuff.
Why?
What do you mean why?
I don't watch ESPN. Like, I only watch like select games
Well,
here and there, so I don't even like. I'm not really.
ESPN
into-
in general is it's just a dirty company, man.
Oh, I don't disagree with that
Like
at
just
all.
a bunch of the things that they've done in the past, even like the stuff they're doing right now with the Nasser case. And I really don't want to bring that up right
Oh
now.
yeah,
but
like that's for a
Like-
future podcast
yeah,
idea.
like, Larry Nasser, obviously disgusting human being. The stuff that he did is like unforgivable. But I mean, like
Mhm.
the stuff that ESPN pulled, like on the athletic department, is like, why are they just okay? I don't know if you know this or not, but they've had information on this since like August, but they decided to release it right after the Nasser case.
Well,
Like they withheld
wow, it's,
like releasing it to the public until right after the Nasser case.
I did not know that. How did you figure that out?
No, that's like online and everything, dude.
Oh, like they released it and everything? Like they knew that they had it?
Dude, like yeah, I have friends that tell me that.
Oh, okay.
This guy, dude, it's just look it up online.
I mean,
I haven't
I
looked it up.
believe it. Like, I'm not surprised that that's happened.
I haven't looked it up to the extent, just because I kind of want to just get over this.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I was, yeah, like when I was at Harper's, like usually they have the like games playing like during at the bar and stuff.
Mhm.
It was Michigan State on every channel. We were on like every like some guy was like flipping through channels trying to find a different game. We were everywhere.
Yeah, man, just looks really bad for us.
It was like go green, go
Now-
away. It was bad.
Now, if Izzo, D'Antonio, and a bunch of other names
Hmm.
are actually they had knowledge of this and like they were actually withholding
Yeah.
all that stuff, then yeah, they should be gone, of course. But
Well, like now that we're already like kind of on this topic, I'm like, I will say like one thing about it though is that this is happening with a lot of like old men are doing it, like Louis C.K., Bill Cosby. I know those are comedians, and
wait,
like
Louis C.K.?
Larry Nasser.
What do you mean Louis C.K.?
Like he had like a whole sexual harassment rape thing against him, and he admitted to it.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
what? He actually did it?
Yeah, he flat out like told the press, he's like, these allegations against me are true.
Oh crap! What the heck?
Yeah, but like this is what I've noticed, like a trend of all these people who have been like caught or whatever, they're all like over the age of 50.
Yeah.
Like Harvey Weinstein, they're all so old because when they were really, really young, they could get away with it. There was no internet. There was no smartphone. Like
I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
that. Yeah, like these sexual harassment things and like these rape causes, these have been going on for a very long time.
And that's the thing was just.
Yeah, but that's not just him. This has
It's
been,
not no,
like-
but like
this has been happening for years and years and years. The only thing is now people are realizing it. Like the whole thing about like police brutality.
Yeah.
That's been going on for a very long time.
Of course, yep.
But the recent addition is like, here, I'm going to hold up your phone, but this, like when you have a smartphone and you can record it, and people don't know you're recording it. Oh yeah,
yep.
This is when everything comes out, because people who didn't have a voice before, now you have it on video.
Yeah.
There's no like, there's no sort of controversy anymore. It's like, it's right here.
Oh, but
like here it is live.
There is controversy.
But there's still controversy, which is amazing.
Which is the problem. Like, it's bizarre. I was just like, what? There's proof right here.
That's what I don't understand when it's like,
it just
there it is. Yeah, like here's the video.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
It just sucks that you need to have that video to really justify your case.
Yeah, well, because part of the reason is like you, if you think about it, it's like if you're a cop and you were actually doing that, are you gonna rat out your buddies? And then by extension, are you gonna rat out the department? I'm not saying that by staying quiet you're doing anyone a favor, but what I'm saying is if you were in that position and it was you. And you could risk losing your job, your pension, your money, pretty much your life. Like, I'm not going to go so far as to say you did the right thing, but I'll be scared too. Because it's not just...
Yeah.
Like if you can't make money anymore, like if you, like, worked your life to become a cop, and then if your, like, partner is doing it and he's been working in this, like, police force for, let's say, 20 years, he can get you fired. He can mess you up. Like, he definitely knows enough people, to get you out of here if you're not, like, fitting with that group. Like, but that's with any job, right? Like,
no.
It's not just cops. By the way, doing that job is impossible.
What, the cops?
Being a cop is impossible. Because can you really imagine, like...
you're going to be scrutinized for...
No matter what you do. In any situation ever, you will be scrutinized.
The public generally, at least for the most part, dislike the cops, which is...
Well, I think anyone doesn't like authority figures. Like when you're in school, you don't like your teachers telling you not to do things. When you're at home, you don't like your parents saying don't. Like authority figures, no one likes anyway.
That's a good point.
But just what I tell people is like when you're in like deep shit, you're calling 911.
Yeah, of course.
Like you're going to call them. So I'm like, it's not really fair to like bash the cops on how horrible they are, and then be like, man, I'm in trouble. Hey, could you guys come over?
It's just like you shouldn't be scared of the cops. This just they're figures that you're supposed to rely on in case of an emergency. Too bad a lot of people don't see it that way.
Yeah, it's Steve Harvey actually talked about it like on his show.
Yeah,
there was like I think one of the audience members said like because I don't know if you guys don't know who Steve Harvey is, like one of the most successful black comedians of all time.
Steve Harvey?
Some people don't know who he is.
You guys don't know who Steve Harvey is?
Some people don't know. So
welcome to the feud, everybody.
Yeah,
I'm your man Steve Harvey. We got another good one here today. I just had to do that.
Yeah.
I fucking love that, man.
Name a word that follows pork.
You pie.
Yeah, Q-pie.
Huh?
He said it seriously too.
Dude, there's so many funny.
We got way off topic, but so Steve Harvey with like the cops, they were like, if he gets pulled over, like what do you do as a black person? He's like, just keep both hands on the steering wheel. Like if you have to move your hands, tell the cop I'm reaching for this. I'm gonna do this. Like
dude,
the biggest thing is like
fortunately true.
That's the problem. The people don't do that.
True.
People don't do that. Like when
if you don't do that, then like the risk of you, I don't know, whether it's being arrested, it's just like. Just for the cop to like,
I think it's for the cop safety.
Yeah. It's just like, man, it sucks that
Well, because the reality is like cops die on their job all the time.
Yeah, but
and doing things like routine traffic stops. Like, what if the guy comes out with a shotgun? Then
cops should treat everybody the same. That's what I'm trying to say.
But it's an impossible job. Like, so that's what I was thinking. Like, I'm not going to mention her name. Like, I was talking to like one of the East Lansing police sergeants about it, and like she didn't mention too much about the topic, but I was talking to a few other like police officers, and this is the problem of what actually happens is when you arrest a certain ethnicity of people consistently, now your brain is thinking everyone's the same. It's not true. Well, however, when you're consistently doing it, like that's like that's pretty much how basic stereotypes are formed. There's a neurologist.
Pretty much.
A neurologist did a complete study on it. He's like, the reason stereotypes exist is because your brain is allocating less memory and less of its power to do the same job. So, for example, if you're saying, like, let's say like you like football, right? Like a lot of people like football in this country.
Yeah.
So, if you like football and now you're associating things with football like other sports, you're eventually going to come up with I like sports. So similarly, what happens is if you're a cop and you're constantly arresting black people, your brain is going to train you to think black people are guilty. Because it's less work for your brain to think of everyone as an individual than as group them together.
Yeah. I mean,
It's not like you can't stop that. You're doing it naturally because it's easier for you. Why do you think that you're organized the way you are? Like all your silverware in your kitchen is in the same place. All your food is in your fridge. All of your books are in the library. Because
true,
your
man.
brain wants to organize things into groups. Like that's why things are the way they are. Like all your DVDs are in the same place.
dude, no one cares about your DVDs.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you don't have them like in different parts of the room because they're all the same thing to you now, even though they're different movies.
I mean, now you're just, like, you're stretching this right now. You're stretching it so far.
That's the way it is. Like when you consistently see a pattern.
No, I understand what you're saying. Your logic does make sense.
I'm not gonna say that this is something that you should be following, but I don't blame the cops if they like for East Lansing, right?
Yeah.
If they're and they are doing this like every day, especially here in East Lansing, they're pulling over drunk college kids.
Oh, dude, I've gotten. By the way, never drunk drive.
Don't ever do it. Don't ever do it.
But have gotten pulled over after coming from work, man. You know how so at like 2:30, 3 o'clock or whatever. Check out, clock out.
Yeah.
So
we check out when we walk into work.
Well, I lived all the way at Chandler, so it's like super far, like 3 miles. It's not that far, but it's at least 15, 20-minute drive. I've gotten pulled over, man. Like just so like I think I told you this before. I don't know if I did. So I was like approaching a 3-way intersection. It was blinking red. It was blinking red, the traffic lights. So I stopped. I see a car approaching, so I didn't make a right. So I stopped, right? Waiting for him to go. And he didn't go. So I clicked my right signal, made the turn, just kept going. Then he started to oh, no, I'm sorry. He proceeded, okay, so 3-way intersection. He went right. Okay? Then I went right. So I'm going my way, and out of nowhere, I see a car behind me and starts flashing his lights. He literally turned to my road and turned around and came back and stopped me. Said, "Sir, how are you doing?" or whatever. Where are you coming from? I said, I just got out of work. I'm driving back home. Have you been drinking tonight? And then he asked me like, where do you live and all the other stuff, just to kind of check up on me, like, yo, are you drunk? Pretty much.
Right.
I was like, bruh, seriously?
But when you're a cop in a college town, like as for instance, this one, and all you're doing is pulling over drunk college students. When you see a college student, you're probably gonna be like, "Oh, they're probably drunk."
You know why he stopped me?
Why?
A rolling stop. I fully stopped, bro.
Oh, I don't. Do you think it's possible to pull over someone for a rolling stop if it's like winter? Because that's happened to my mom.
It was a. Oh my god, it's just dumb. I'm just baffled.
Well, yeah, but this happens. Like, this is actually the weirdest thing ever. Where it's like, bro, there's ice and there's snow. And like,
yeah,
what do you mean?
I don't get that, man. And there's another time where I got pulled over at my apartment complex, pretty much.
Oh, jeez.
And the officer asked, I think he was asking questions. I can't really remember. But what I do remember is he said the lights, your license plate, right? So I guess there's a light like right above it to kind of have it lit throughout the night. Mm-hmm. He said he couldn't see my license plate. So that's why he pulled me over.
I'd be like, bro, get new glasses.
Dude, I don't know, man. It's just stupid sometimes. I guess I kind of get why they do it.
It's an impossible job. Like, for a cop to actually do their job, it's really, really hard. Because you're never going to get, congratulated. There's no way. Everything you do, people will find something wrong with it. No matter how tedious it is. Like, even if it's just, like, if someone's speeding and you're trying to stop them, people will take it as, wow, now you've slowed down traffic and you've prevented all this, which they are doing, right? Which is the most. That's what I'm saying. But that's what they have to do. They have to stop someone who's speeding.
But I guess technically they are doing the right thing. Okay, someone is speeding.
You have to.
They're legit pulling them over.
Unless it's me, then let me go because I got somewhere to be.
Just like someone's going 90, then yeah, you should definitely pull them over. Someone's going 80. On a 70 zone?
Well, we're horrible drivers in Michigan.
Dude, our roads are terrible to begin with.
That's true.
State flower is literally the traffic code.
That's true. Barrel. Oh my gosh.
It's literally the truth.
I can't say I've had many experiences I've had a few experiences with the cops. There was a really funny one that I I mean, that doesn't really involve like the cop itself. I remember he was like outside of the bars, and I remember like just walking down the stairs, and out in my mind I'm like, look, I'm 21, like I could care less. I'm drinking, of course I'm drinking. I'm 21.
Careful.
Boy, was that a mistake. So, like I didn't get arrested, but he was just like, hey, are you okay? I'm like, me? Yeah.
Oh my god, that is so you. That is so you.
I was like, yeah, I'm good. And there was just a long silence, and I don't know how he even like how I did this.
I think I heard about this, but keep going.
Really? Oh, but I don't think I told anyone this. But he was like, "Sir, where are your shoes?"
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Because, well, I mean, I had my shoes are in my pocket. Okay, look.
Wait,
Okay,
wait, what?
Look. Okay. There's a logical explanation.
Wait, your shoe, dude. Explain.
Listen, I'm gonna. All right, look. What had happened was, so they were really nice shoes. I didn't want to get them dirty, and my drunk self decided it was a good idea to carry the shoes, and I put them like in my like coat pocket. And I was like, look, my Uber's right there, so I'm just gonna walk in the Uber, but I'm not gonna get my shoes dirty.
Dumb.
But
move.
I was talking back to the cop, like, what do you mean, where are my shoes? And like, I didn't say it out loud, but that's what was going in my head. And I just remember, like, when he's like, where are your shoes? I'm like, right here in my pocket. And then I was like, sir, where are your shoes? And he's like, this one right on my feet. I'm like, those are your shoes? Yes. Both of them? And we just laughed it off, and this cop was like, all right, buddy, just have a good day home. Hey, let me go.
It helps to be funny.
Yes, if you can make a cop laugh, you can get away with anything, man.
Where are your shoes?
All right, I think that's it. We are running out of time. My shoes are on my feet, if anyone is concerned.
My shoes aren't.
Well, mine are in my pocket. It's all good. Well, that's it. Thank you for coming here, man. Appreciate it.
No problem, my buddy.